Hi folks, we're going to have a sit and talk about various things today. I'm just going to, talk about things like The Witcher, Nvidia cards, things like that. So let's get on with it, shall we? First of all, I'm sure you've noticed a few changes around here. I've got my old mic, the one I did all my modding on, right there, now set up for blogging. And I'm also recording it on there, so I'm going to do a bit of editing with this. But anyway, let's get on with it, shall we? Now, I'm sure you've heard the story about the lead on The Witcher walking out on the show because the writers were laughing at the material produced by the original author and thinking they could do it better. We saw something similar going on with Star Trek. Probably the same would have probably happened with the Rings of Power. Fallout was certainly changed from this top-down view into whatever it was. I saw it myself with my mods when people saw a successful mod and wanted to edit it, even if it meant driving me away to get hold of it. They literally want to scare off the original author so they've got carte blanche over anything they want to do. It's like a power trip. They want to get their hands on somebody else's work because they think they know better than the original author. But the fans of the work are fans because of the original author and not because of the person that comes in and replaces him. And they tend to forget that. But if we look at Sherlock Holmes and we look at how that worked out, they've done so many different versions of Sherlock Holmes now. And some of them have been quite good. So is it good or bad to limit the remakes or limit the editing? Because I think if you look at the number of Sherlock Holmes remakes that have been, some of them have stayed true to Arthur Conan Doyle's original plan. Others make no attempt at it. But some have been highly original. And others have been very derivative. But out of all the ones that have been bad, there's been a few real good gems coming out. So maybe we shouldn't be so hard on the ones that try to make a decent version or decent go at it and get it wrong. Because I think if we open the door so people can do remakes, we will get more good versions than bad. But in the where we live in today, though, we tend to get a lot of complaints about those that even try, which makes people not want to try. Anyway, back to Nvidia. I believe it's the 4090 cards. They've been having a problem recently. That's the top end, Nvidia cards. They were melting the power connector that connected to them, and Nvidia apparently they made it so if you replaced the power connector, then you would instantly invalidate the warranty of your card. But anyhow, those cards have now been pulled, as in completely taken off the market, and they've released a 480 instead. And apparently the word is that people think they should have released the 480 first and then the 490, but the 480 apparently doesn't have the same problem. So there you go. We got that. I've been reading looking at all the techie channels on YouTube to get my information, like J2 Cents and things like that. So that's where I'm getting my information from mostly. Those people that spend more time dealing with this than I do. Regarding gaming and stuff like that, since I installed the AMD 2210 free drivers, everything's been working great, except I've had one black screen. I was just messing about on the desktop, I wasn't doing anything, and the screen just went off. So the black screen bug is still there. But other than that, the 1022 free drives have been quite good. I've noticed a special improvement in No Man's Sky and other games, so yeah, I think they're on the right track, and I think maybe when they finalise it and get the Microsoft certified drivers out, to replace the 8.51, I think it is, then it's going to be good. It'll be good for the rest of us. Talking of gaming though, I'm finding there isn't that many good games coming out, at least not anything I would actually want to play. Maybe I've just all gamed out or something, but I'm still playing No Man's Sky and enjoying that. I'm not really playing Skyrim as much. I do want to get into Fallout 3 again, or Fallout 4 should I say again, but I played that one to death as well, and it was very generic from the start. So I'm thinking maybe a rerun of Fallout New Vegas might be in order. Just play through that, if I can stand going on the map the same way again. But it is one of the better Fallout games, no doubt about it. even if the DLCs are highly unbalanced. Anyway, it says regarding the games anyway, they thought the No Man's Sky game though, I'm flying through the sky and I'm having Atlas stations popping up, space hulks popping up and all kinds of random stuff, and it's just so much more to it now than there was when I finished it the first time round. I mean, even the plot line, the main plot seems to have changed. I mean, I'm not following the Atlas plot line at the moment, I'm following a kind of a slightly branched off plot line, and it just seemed to be very, very different from what I remember playing back in the day. I'm not too sure, you know, how deep the changes go, but I'm figuring it all out slowly, and I am really, really enjoying it. I did also notice for a time anyway that the loading screen, you know, for the actual save was actually a lot faster, but the loading screen to get to the point where you could load a save was longer. So I think they changed it around so, you know, things the game needed was loaded in before you got to the main menu. That way, if you needed to reload a save, it was a lot quicker. So that's the impression I'm getting anyway. I'm also seeing an awful lot of you know, talk of, you know, Starfield being delayed again, but I think that's just people worrying because they haven't heard anything from Bethesda. Bethesda themselves, you know, do like to play things close to the chest and just do, you know, leaks every now and again just to make people see what's going on. They did do, I think it was an audio thing, the music of Starfield. I think it was about a month ago, might have been less. And they had a few clips in there that I haven't seen, you know, just really short ones. But other than that, there's not really been anything to talk about. But I have been looking at the videos again and just thinking about things. But I mean, even I can't really predict how it's going to go. It says it's all down to what Bethesda do. But it does look to me like more like science today in the future. It's not so much science fact. But I pretty swear, if you imagine science today put on a rocket, that's what Starfield's looking like to me as a sci-fi fan. I think science fiction should be a flight of fancy, and you know, use your imagination, not be restricted by, you know, the reality and everything else. You know, so I mean, I'm a big fan of the Japanese sci-fi because they don't care about science. You know, in fact, they just want to do it anyway. I mean, Godzilla, manga, it all proves it. So. And I am a fan of manga, by the way. I used to have a collection. I don't have it anymore. But I've gone digital now, so it makes no difference, really. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for today. And let me know if you like the new system and whether you think the audio's improved. And I'll see you in the next one.